11 points, 3 rebounds a game. Courtney Taylor, the lady in the middle tonight, the 6-foot sophomore from Crockett, Texas, leading scorer and rebounder for Houston. She averages a double-double, 16 points and 11 rebounds a game. And the lady in the middle tonight playing center will be Cobaline Hill, the 6'3 sophomore from Houston, Texas, 7 points, 6 rebounds per game. And the head coach for the Houston Cougars, Joe Curl, who is in his 11th season. He needs just 2 more wins to collect his 300th all-time career victory at Houston. He's got a record of 160 wins and 144 defeats. The starting lineup for North Texas, it looks like this. The same starting 5 they have had the 5 previous games. Monsa L, the freshman, will run the point. Freshman from Cypress, Texas, averaging 5 points, 3 rebounds a game. The shooting guard, Brittany James, the junior from Orange, Texas, team's leading scorer, averaging 17.5 points, 3 rebounds a game. James is coming off her career high of 34 in the loss to Charleston Southern. The 3-guard, Trisha Lee, a 5'8 senior from Fort Wayne, Indiana. Lee is averaging nearly 10 points a game, 9.6 and 3 rebounds a game. The 4-guard in this 4-guard lineup for North Texas tonight will be Joe Hall, the senior from Cedar Park, Texas, averaging 12.5 points and 6 rebounds. And Amber Jackson, the lady in the middle, the 6'2 senior from Indianapolis, Indiana, averaging 14 points, 10 rebounds a game. Amber again with 13 points tonight will become the 11th player in school history to record 1,000 for her career. Shanice Stevens, she is in her first year as the head coach at North Texas, a 3-2 overall record. Our officials this evening, Jeff Cottle, Rachel Monroe, and Robert Strong. And we're glad you're with us tonight as it's the home opener for the Mean Green and the first chance for the home fans to get a chance to see the 94 feet of heat that Shanice Stevens will bring to the table. Jackson and Hill to jump. And this one is underway. The tap is won by the Cougars. Now it is lost in backcourt, and actually North Texas will have it. Joe Hall recovers it. North Texas will move from left to right in this opening half. Cougars will come out playing man-to-man defense as Trisha Lee catches. Left side, looking to drive. She will on Taylor. Takes it all the way around to the right side, but traveled with it. And that'll be a turnover on North Texas. One of the issues that Shanice Stevens wanted addressed was turnovers. North Texas averaging 23.5 a game. And out of the gate, you see North Texas with the first mistake of the contest. Cougars will move from right to left in the opening half. North Texas will play man defense as Landry handles right side. It's beyond the arc, she'll now dribble in, take a 10-footer. It's an air ball right in the hands of Brittany James. Off and running comes North Texas. James will dish it off to L, and now in the corner, far corner, it's Lee. Now left side, Amber Jackson just inside the three-point line. The jumper's no good. Rebound cleared out of there by Taylor, and back come the Cougars. Scott ahead to Hill, who's all alone in back, and she lays it in. Coblin Hill will have the first bucket of the game, and the Cougars have a 2-0 lead. Hard to let Hill get away from you, but she did. And Houston has the 2-0 lead. Now in the corner, James will step back, fire a 3, no good. Rebound, battle for it's taken by Landry. She'll use another baseball pass to get it ahead to Brittany Scott. She will knife through the lane and score it, and the Cougars have an early 4-0 lead. Houston, the transition game has gotten them 4 early points. They have stuck behind North Texas defense twice, and they have an early 4-0 lead. It is Hall to handle, left side for North Texas, driving, dishes off the Lee. She has a shot rejected underneath. The ball is loose on the floor. Lee is able to come out with it for North Texas. Out to L, right wing, going to drive. Goes up with the right hand. Shots blocked out of there by Hill. And the rebound is out of bounds, off button. Did she save it in? No, she did not. And it will be North Texas ball. But just 5 seconds remain on the shot clock as the Mean Greens still having a difficult time getting really any good looks at the basket here. It'll be Lee to inbound it. It goes to L. They do reset the shot clock for North Texas, however. So they're going to say that was a possession change. So the Mean Green with a fresh shot clock, and L with the handle near side. Now comes out of the key to Lee. Deep three-pointer up. It's short, no good. And there for the rebound is Taylor. And back comes Houston leading 4-0, 2 minutes in. Tough start for North Texas as the Cougars lead by 4. Landry between the rings, loses her dribble. Now has to feed it off to Button. She'll handle far sideline. We go under 17 to play in the opening half. Button will drive. Runner in the lane, off the glass, no good. Jackson there for the rebound. Outlet comes ahead to L. North Texas looking to run, but they slow it up as Monsa L will set the offense. North Texas still looking for their first bucket of the game. Near sideline, it is James. Three-point line extended, looking to drive on her teammate Scott. She will. Back out to L. Deep three-pointers up and good. Monsa L has North Texas on the board. It's a 3-ball, and in backcourt almost comes up with a steal. She couldn't. So it is just a 1-point lead for the Houston Cougars. 4-3, 17.5 to play in this opening half. Horace Landry, the freshman from Houston, will handle. Works it off to Scott. left of the wing, and now she'll drive. Gets around Elle, gets to the basket, kisses it high off the glass, no good. Rebound off of Elle, out of bounds. Jackson and Elle were battling for it underneath. Elle came away with it and dropped it off her foot. So it'll stay with the Cougars. 12 on the shot clock. It'll be Landry to inbound it. Lobs it left block to Hill. Back to Landry in the corner. Going to drive on Elle. Goes up and under with a reversal and scores it. Pretty move there. And the Cougars are up by 3 again, 6-3. Porsche Landry just found a little crease in the lane and did a little reversal. And she has her first points of the game. Back the other way it is James. Gets away from Scott. Goes up. Hill blocks the shot, but got her on the arm. And Brittany James will go to the line for 2. Cobaline Hill didn't think so, but she'll be whistled for the foul, her first, and the first on the Houston Cougars. And junior Brittany James stepped to the line for the first time, looking for her first points. 69% foul shooter on the year is James. Certainly would like to erase the memories late in the game against Charleston Southern, and she does with the first free throw. 6-4, the Cougar lead, 16:52 remaining in this opening half. One more free throw coming for Brittany James, who's coming off that career-high 34 points. Second one up and good as well. And North Texas back to within a point at 6-5. In backcourt, it will be Landry. North Texas has not opted to press yet. Landry will quickly take it all the way through the lane and lay it in. Back-to-back baskets for Porsche Landry, and she stepped on the gas like a Porsche there. And it's 8-3, and back the other way, Amber Jackson travels with it. Second turnover of the game on North Texas, and back it goes to the Cougars. Porsche Landry, good-looking freshman there for Houston, has got 4 straight points, and she's got it in backcourt following the North Texas turnover. Just crossing over Monsa Elle again, driving into the paint. Runner, back iron, but it falls. 6 straight for Porsche Landry. North Texas is going to have to do something about that. Landry, the speedy guard, has given Monsa Elle fits in the early going, and it's a 10-5 Cougar lead. Back the other way, James looking to drive on Scott. Will back out to Elle. Deep three-pointer off the back iron, no good. Jackson with the offensive rebound. Right of the lane, her putback's no good. Hall with a third chance, and this follow goes. Joe Hall with her first field goal, and it's a 10-7 Houston lead. We go under 16 to play in the opening half. Scott lobs to Button, far corner. Now, right block, it is Hill, loses the ball, but is able to recover it, get it to Taylor, jumper up from 12, no good, gets her own rebound, the putback is good. Taylor missed the original shot, got the follow and the finish, and that's her first field goal of the game. Cougars back in front, 12-7. Elle to handle, three-point line extended on the near side, guarded by Landry, given plenty of room as the Cougars play man defense. Elle now will dribble middle of the floor, lobs it off to Lee. Left of the arc, looking to drive on Button. She will. Hands off to Hall, looking to penetrate at the free throw line. Backing down the defender. Turnaround jumper from 14 is an air ball. Goes right in the hand of Landry. She's off and running quickly. Trisha Lee, though, is able to get from behind and poke the ball out of bounds. It'll stay with Houston, but that prevented what looked like another Landry runaway. And that will bring us to our first time out on the floor. 12-7, the Houston lead. 15-18 to play in the opening half. And we're back after this timeout here on KNTU.
The North Texas Jukebox.
The other day I had something I wanted to request, and I don't even remember it now. Oh.
Sunday night, 7 to 10 p.m. North Texas Jukebox taking your requests.
I want to hear Soundgarden, Black Hole Sun.
Anything by Bob Marley.
Brad Paisley.
Don't Stop Believing by Journey.
Kenny Chesney.
North Texas Jukebox taking your requests at KNTU.com.
The North Texas Jukebox, Sunday night, 7 to 10 on FM 88.1 The One.
April.
Yeah?
So you know your charger that's plugged into the wall? It's still using energy, even though it's not attached to a phone.
That's not my charger. I don't even have a cell phone. You know what? I'll just unplug it. I'm busy. I'll call you back.
Millions of kids are using their energy wisely. What's your excuse? Learn more at loseyourexcuse.gov.
15-18 to play in this opening half. North Texas trailing the Houston Cougars 12-7 as it is a 5-point lead in the early going. Let's take a quick peek at our Little Guys Movers game statistics. 6 points leads the way for Porsche Landry for Houston. The speedy point guard has reeled off 6 straight for the Cougars, and she leads both teams with 6. North Texas, meanwhile, tough start shooting it from the floor in the early going at just 22%. They are 2 of 9 from the floor in this one. Out of the timeout, it'll be Cougar basketball with a 5-point lead. They will inbound it at the half-court line. as Yari Escalera is in for the first time for North Texas. Senior from Puerto Rico, along with freshman Brittany Bailey, who is also in. The freshman from Alvin, Texas. The Cougars inbound it. Button to handle, right side. Works it back now to Landry, middle of the floor. And the Cougars will set the offense with a 5-point lead. Landry works it back now to Button, head of the key, dribbles it off her foot. Lee's there for the steal. One-on-one, Lee up against Landry, misses the layup. Lee has the rebound. It's loose, gets it back and scores it. Lee with her first bucket. It wasn't easy, but she's on the board, and it's a 12-9 Houston lead. In backcourt, Landry is double teamed. Now will lob it ahead to Scott. She catches, works it back to Landry as North Texas will now set up in a 2-3 zone for the first time tonight. It'll be Landry in the corner to Scott, guarded by Jackson. They're looking for Taylor in the low block. They can't get it to her. Scott will go cross court now to Landry, who dribbles it away. Turnover on Houston, and back comes North Texas. Escalera will bring it ahead, lobs it way high for James. She catches, lobs it underneath to Bailey in the paint, has it stripped by Taylor. Taylor saves it inbounds. No, she didn't. Foot was on the line, so it will stay with North Texas. Some subs here for the Houston Cougars. Jasmine Johnson, the sophomore from Omaha, is in for the first time, replacing Brittany Scott. And it'll be Escalera to inbound it, right baseline for North Texas. And before the inbounds, some bodies go down to the floor hard. Trisha Lee hit it hard, and that'll be a foul on Houston. They will whistle Ashley Joseph for the foul, her first and the second on Houston. So Escalera to work it in again this time. Finds Lee near baseline. Dribbles it back out beyond the arc. Now they lob it for Bailey down low. Pass deflected out of bounds. Last touch by Bailey. Turnover on North Texas. Credit Joseph there for the defense. Got her paw on it. And Bailey was the last one to touch it, so that's turnover number 3 on North Texas. In backcourt, Landry is double teamed, works it back to Taylor, who brings it ahead far sideline to Button. Now in the corner, it is Hill. Back to Button, by the pass stepped in front of it, stolen by Lee. North Texas back the other way with a chance to cut this Cougar lead, which is 12-9. Lee lobbing down low to Bailey on Landry. Bailey, though, runs into Landry and taps it out of bounds, and that'll be another turnover on North Texas. Having some trouble with the entry pass down low. Button will leave for the Cougars as they have a 3-point lead still, 12-9. And in front court, it's Taylor. Works it now to Jakobsone, who is checked in. Works it back to Taylor, misses the jumper from 5, gets her own rebound, and is fouled on the putback. Courtney Taylor, the player we told you about, who is very good on the interior for Houston, missed the original shot, got her own rebound, and now will have 2 free throws. Fouls on Brittany Bailey. It's her first, and the first on North Texas, and that will send Taylor to the line for 2 free throws. First one back iron, and it still drops. 72% foul shooter on the year is Taylor. She'll get one more, 13-9. The Cougar lead over North Texas. Under 14 to play in the opening half. Senior Kelly Buckley checks in for the first time, replacing Trisha Lee for North Texas as Taylor's second one rattles home. She's got 4, and the Cougar lead now is 5 at 14-9. 13:45 and counting in the opening half. It is Escalera to handle middle of the floor for North Texas. Now takes it near side. Cougars still playing man defense. Escalera now comes up top to Buckley. Working on Jakobsone. Back to James. Head of the key. Three-pointer. Up. No good. Misses badly. Jackson there for the weak side rebound with a head fake. We'll put it back up from 5 and hit it. And Amber Jackson's got her first field goal. It's 14-11 Houston. And Amber Jackson needs 11 more points to reach that 1,000-point plateau. In the corner, it will be Joseph working it back out to Landry, and the Cougars will set the offense. Landry, middle of the floor, goes to Jakobsone. North Texas still playing that man defense. She'll step in, take an 18-footer. Back iron, no good. Buckley skies for the rebound. Here comes North Texas. They look to run. Buckley into the front court. Wheels it around to the left side. Now will be cut off there and dribbles it back out. Works it to James, left of the arc. Looking to drive on Taylor. Will dishes it back out to Buckley for a corner three-pointer. No good. Bailey with the rebound on the far side. Has it poked out of her hands by Landry out of bounds. It'll stay with North Texas. Some subs here for both teams. Hill will return for the Cougars, and junior Torian Timms is in for the first time for North Texas, giving Brittany Bailey a break. Timms averaging 3 points, 3 boards a game. It'll be Escalera to trigger it in for North Texas. In the corner, goes to Buckley. Right wing, now up top it comes to Amber Jackson, looking to drive, but she traveled with it. Turnover on North Texas, 4th of the game. So back it comes to Houston with a 3-point lead, 14-11. Landry in backcourt is double teamed, lobs it cross court to Joseph. Into the front court it comes to Jakobsone. In the half court, she's double teamed, in some trouble, tries to throw it off Jackson. She can't. Jackson steals it, gets it ahead to Buckley. The layup is no good, but she's fouled. It'll be a blocking foul on Landry. Smart play there by Amber Jackson as Jakobsone tried to throw it off her. Amber stepped back, grabbed the ball, and had the steal, and North Texas was off and running. Landry hit with the foul. It's her first, third on Houston here in the opening half, and Kelly Buckley's at the line for 2. First one is no good. Buckley, this is her first trip to the free throw line this year, and she misses. 14-11 is the Houston lead. One more free throw coming for Buckley. The second one up and good. And some subs here for Houston. Scott will return. Brittany Scott places Porsche Landry. 2-point lead for Houston. 14-12 with 12.5 to play. And in backcourt, the catch will come to Scott. She's double teamed there. Works it back to Taylor. Now near side, it's Scott across the line, and Houston breaks the press. Now between the rings, it's Jasmine Johnson to work the point. Finds Jakobsone for a three-pointer. It's an air ball. Hill, though, saves it in bounds and will work it back to Jakobsone. Nice to the lane and hits it off the glass. First bucket of the game for Jakobsone, the senior from Latvia, and the Cougars are back in front by 4, 16-12. James will play catch with Escalera, and she drives it right baseline and is cut off there and is fouled by Scott. Little hand check foul there. First on Scott, fourth on Houston. And Joe Hall returns to the game for North Texas, replacing Brittany James, who will get a breather. It'll be Escalera to work the inbounds. Feeds it to Hall, who cannot save it near sideline. It goes out of bounds and a turnover on North Texas. Looked like Hall might have taken her eye off the ball there and couldn't save it. But it comes back to Houston, leading 16-12 with under 12 to play in this opening half. Johnson, middle of the floor, lobs it right elbow to Taylor. Now near side, Scott will step back, take a three, and hit it. Brittany Scott with her first field goal of the game. It's a 3, and the Cougars have their largest lead of the game now, 19-12. Where Texas needs an answer here as Escalera handles. Three-point line extended. Now will come near side to Buckley, still on the perimeter. Now it comes right block to Timms. Turnaround jumper up from 15, no good. Long rebound, though, in the corner is corralled by Hall. She will penetrate, take a jumper from the left elbow, and airball it, and the rebound scored out by Johnson. Houston going to push. Jasmine Johnson takes it near side, working on Escalera. Now we'll lob it over in the corner to Joseph. She's going to drive on Jackson. Little floater up, no good. Hill right there with the rebound. Misses the putback from 5, and Timms is there for the rebound for North Texas. Back come the Mean Green. Buckley driving, lobbing underneath to Jackson. Catches, finishes, and is fouled. Amber Jackson with 4, and she will get a chance at the three-point play. Buckley, beautiful feed there. Lobbed it right over the defense. Amber caught it, drew the contact and the foul. And we'll have a timeout on the floor with 11:04 to play in the opening half. Houston still up by 5. It is 19-14. We're back after this timeout here on KNTU.
Hi, this is Art Garcia from La Pura Onda Radio Show, inviting you to tune in Saturday mornings, 6 a.m. till 12 p.m. for Real Tejano on 88.1 The One. It's bilingual programming with a combination of traditional music from Tony de la Rosa, Los Dos Gilbertos, Gilberto Perez, Flaco Jimenez, along with Chicano musicians Freddie Fender, Little Joe, Latin Breed, Tortilla Factory, Ruben Ramos, Sani Osuna, and contemporary Tejano superstars Jay Perez, Joe Posada, Gary Hobbs, David Mares, along with Ram Herrera. It is a North Texas tradition on 88.1 The One with hosts Art Garcia and Tony Garcia. Won't you join us?
Remember, you can also give shout-outs by calling 940-565-3688 during the show. It's La Pura Onda, 6 to 12 Saturday morning, only on KNTU FM 88.1, The One.
11:04 to play in this game, or in this opening half. 19-14 is the Houston Cougar lead over North Texas. And for the Mean Green, they're looking for their 4th win of the year, looking to improve to 1-0 on the home year, as this is the first home game for North Texas of the year after the 5-game road swing to begin the year. They'll also be at home coming up on Saturday against Valparaiso. Remember, that time has shifted back a half hour. It is now a 5 o'clock tip time here from the Super Pit, not 4:30, so keep that in mind. has a timeout. It'll be Amber Jackson at the line shooting free throws. It'll be one as she's trying to cap off a three-point play. She was fouled and got the and one out of the timeout. Jackson's free throw is up and good. So it's 19-15. The Houston Cougars with a 4-point lead as we go under 11 to play in this opening half. It'll be Scott far side. Now goes right elbow to Taylor with a nice little stutter step to get away from the defense, but missed the jumper from 12. And Escalera is there for the rebound. She'll bring it up near sideline for North Texas. Now comes out of the key to Jackson. Rotates it now left side to Buckley. Guarded by Scott. Feeds Hall. She will cut into the lane. Shot off the glass. No good. And there for the rebound is Hill. Works it off to Johnson. Lobbing way up top for Scott. Buckley last touched it out of bounds, and it will stay with Houston. Dangerous pass, though, by Jasmine Johnson. It'll be the Cougars to inbound it with a 4-point lead, 19-15, 10.5 to play. In this opening half, Johnson inbound, goes to Taylor, catches at the elbow, all alone for a jumper, missed it. Jakobsone, though, crashes in for the offensive rebound. Houston will get another look. 6th offensive rebound of the game already for Houston as Taylor has it, muscles her way to the basket, no good. Scott cannot save it in bounds off the miss, and it will go over to North Texas. And the Cougars are going to apply some full-court pressure defense for the first time. North Texas a chance to cut into this Houston lead, which they have led the entire way. It's at 4 right now. And in backcourt, Escalera comes near side to Buckley, touches back to Yari, and she gets it across the line. North Texas breaks the press. Yari will call out the play as we'll go under 10 minutes in this opening half. 19-15, Houston in front. Escalera gets a screen from Timms, takes it right side, looking to drive, goes to the basket, misses a shot. Hill with the rebound, and she's fouled underneath. It'll be on Joe Hall. It'll be her first, and it will be the second on North Texas. So Taylor to work the entry pass. In backcourt for Houston. North Texas will press again. Taylor not guarded as she gets it in. Lobs for Hill. She catches and will work it back to Taylor, who dribbles it near sideline. Johnson, the point guard, fell down. Taylor will bring it ahead. Taylor picks a dribble up, in some trouble, and Johnson will be called for an offensive foul away from the ball. Looking for room. A little elbow into the gut of Kelly Buckley. Pushed her away and will be called for the foul. First on Johnson, and already the 6th team foul on Houston, so one more, and North Texas is in the bonus. So back the other way, it's still a 4-point lead for Houston. Hall will drive, kicks it into the corner for Escalera for 3, and she buries it. Yari Escalera, her first bucket. It's a 3, the second of the game for North Texas, and the lead is down to a point for Houston at 19-18. Scott will bring it across, guarded by Buckley. 9:20 and counting in this opening half. So now come near sideline to Jakobsone. Looking for Taylor down low. Instead, she'll get a screen, work it back to Scott. Down low for Hill. She threw it away. Timms comes up with a steal, and back comes North Texas. Timms will work it off to Buckley, who brings it quickly into the front court. Has it poked away by Scott. It goes out of bounds. It will stay, however, with the Mean Green. Landry will return along with Joseph for Houston. Hill and Johnson lead. It'll be North Texas with a chance to take their first lead of the game if they can get a field goal on this possession. Buckley to inbound it right of the basket, works it into Escalera. She has it far corner, guarded by Landry. Looking for room, can't get it. Landry giving her no space at all. Escalera now has a left elbow to Jackson, tries to touch it down low to Hall. It's out of bounds off of Taylor, so it'll stay with North Texas. 15 on the shot clock, 8:55 on the game clock, 19-18 the Cougar lead. Escalera to work it in on the left side. Landry guards the inbounds. Yari works it in the corner. It goes to Buckley. Now head of the key. Jackson touches down low to Timms. Goes to the basket and lays it in. Torian Timms, her first field goal of the game. And North Texas has their first lead of the game, 20-19. In the corner, it's Jakobsone. Steps back for 3 and kisses it off the glass. The unconventional-looking 3 goes for Jakobsone and the Cougars. And the Bat of an Eye are back in front by 2, 22-20. Jackson with it, free throw line extended, will work it back to Escalera. Hands off to Jackson again, running through the lane. Foul, and the basket counted. Amber Jackson, her second chance at a 3-point play. As that foul will be whistled on the Cougars, their 7th team foul. And we'll see who they get on the foul. And Amber Jackson now with 7 in the game. And a chance to make it 8 with a free throw. Brittany Mason, the sophomore from LaPorte, Texas, comes in for the first time. Jakobsone is the one hit with a foul, and that is 2 on her. So Amber Jackson, a 75% free throw shooter for the year, hits the foul shot. She has 8, and she needs just 5 more points to have 1,000 for her career. Quickly back the other way. Back the other way is Houston, and Brittany Mason, who's stuck behind the North Texas defense, will have a chance for free throws as Kelly Buckley, trying to get back, will be called for the blocking foul. And Mason will get 2 free throws. Just the 3rd team foul on North Texas as North Texas clean to a 1-point lead. Mason can give Houston a lead back with 2 free throws coming here. 58% foul shooter on the year. She connects on the first. So we're tied at 23 with 8:20 remaining in this first half. 1 more free throw coming for Mason, one of the many sophomores on this youthful Houston Cougar team. Mason's second one, back iron, no good. And Jackson into the paint for the rebound, and North Texas will have it. So we're tied at 23. And as Escalera brings it ahead, she will be called for the carry, and that'll be a turnover on North Texas. So back it comes to Houston with a chance to regain the lead, 23 apiece. We are tied with 8:16 to play. Taylor inbounding it at the half-court line, goes to Mason, back now to Landry, who will set the offense here for Houston. Landry with 6 points came in a spurt. Will lob it left elbow to Joseph. Fronted by Timms, now looking to back her down. Spins, gets away from Timms and kisses it off the glass. Pretty move there by Joseph for first field goal. Houston's back in front 25-23. Top of the key, it is Jackson. Looking to penetrate. She'll take it now right wing. Back to Buckley. Head of the key. Alone for 3. It's no good. Rebound tapped around. Jackson with the offensive rebound. Lobbing it underneath the Timms. Catches and is fouled underneath. And she'll get free throws. Foul's going to be on Joseph. That'll be her second and the 8th on the Houston Cougars. 2 free throws coming up for Torian Timms, but not before the timeout on the floor with 7:42 to play in the opening half. Houston in front of North Texas, 25-23. We're back after this timeout here on KNTU.
Hi, everyone. This is On the Road in Texas. Child safety seats are designed to protect children in the event of a traffic crash, but they can't do their job unless they're used properly every time for every trip. With more on keeping your child safe in the car, here's Trooper Brock Moulter.
The law in Texas says that children younger than 5 years old and less than 36 inches tall must ride in a child safety seat in your vehicle. Be sure to follow the instructions on correctly installing the seat. And remember, all children younger than 17 must be properly secured, whether they're in the front seat or the back.
Trooper Moulter says the best way to protect your kids is to keep them in an appropriate child safety seat or booster seat with a lap shoulder belt until they reach 4 feet 9 inches tall. Fines for violating child passenger safety laws are up to $200 plus court costs. The Texas Department of Transportation and the Texas Department of Public Safety remind you to save a life. Always buckle up your kids.
7:42 to play in this opening half. Stephen Bartolotti, glad you're with us this evening. The crafty Tyler Bolden working the board for us back at KNTU. It's a 2-point lead for the Houston Cougars, leading North Texas. It is the home opener for the Mean Green. North Texas opened the year with 5 straight games away from the Super Pit, as their most recent one came against Charleston Southern, which was a loss Saturday, 2-point loss, but they look to rebound as they begin a brief 2-game homestand. Starting here tonight with Houston, they have a game Saturday against Valparaiso, which was at 4:30 originally, but it is now, make note of this time, at 5 p.m. This pushed it back a half hour, but the time change nonetheless. Out of the timeout, free throws coming for Torian Timms. The junior from Waxahachie was fouled going into that timeout, and she will have 2 trips to the line, and she misses the first. Just a 44% free throw shooter is Timms. Still a 2-point lead for Houston. 1 more free throw coming for Timms. Deep knee bend, the second one up. It falls, and Timms now with 3, and the Cougar lead is a point. 25-24, 7:40 to play. They break the press with no trouble, but Button dribbles it off her foot. The loose ball is corralled by North Texas. Amber Jackson comes out of the pile with it, and that's a turnover on Houston, their 8th of the game. Back the other way, North Texas will weave up top. It'll be Buckley handing off to Escalera, who will dribble it out. Now handles middle of the floor. Comes back near side to Buckley. Has it poked out of her hand by Scott. Can't save it in bounds. It'll stay with North Texas. Dangerous play there by Buckley. 15 on the shot clock. Hall will inbound it near sideline for North Texas. The Cougars do not guard the inbounds. They kick it into Buckley. She will have it. Three-point line extended. Back it comes to Hall with 10 on the shot clock. Now it goes left side to Escalera, who will take the three. This one's no good. Underneath, Taylor and Jackson battling for it. It goes to Hall, and she scores it from underneath. Joe Hall somehow got that one to go, and North Texas back in front by a point. And in front court, Button is all alone. And the North Texas defense fell asleep there, and Button lays it in, and the Cougars, in the blink of an eye again, are back in front 27-26. The North Texas lead has been very short-lived the two times they have had it. Buckley weaving up top with Hall. She'll step back, take a three-pointer. This one's no good. Rebound taken down underneath by Mason, and back come the Cougars. Chance to build on the one-point lead. Button feeds it over to Landry from the strong side. She lays it in. Landry's got 8. Cougars up now by 3, 29-26. That transition game for Houston has really given this North Texas team some trouble. It'll be Escalera between the rings. Gets a screen, now takes it. Left baseline, goes up with a little runner, scores it, and the foul. Late whistle. Escalera got the basket and the foul, as it will be on Scott. She tried to slide in there late, and it would be hit with a foul. So Escalera can tie the game up with a free throw. Subs here as Scott will lead with her second personal foul. And it will be Escalera stepping to the line with a chance to cap this three-point playoff. James and Lee are back in for North Texas. Free throw up and good for Yari. And she has 6 points, and she will have a break as Monsael replaces her. Tied again at 29 with 6:14 remaining in this opening half. In backcourt, Landry catches. North Texas looking to press, but Landry's so quick in the backcourt, just races it ahead, kicks it in the corner to Button for a three. It's good. That is how you create right there. Landry with the quick speed and pace just went right through that North Texas defense. And back the other way, there's going to be a whistle and a foul away from the ball. It's against North Texas, an offensive foul underneath on Torian Timms. But boy, the Mean Green's trap is not working right now on Landry. And in backcourt with under 6 to play, Houston inbound leading by 3. Taylor catches. She's in the corner, gets away from Jackson, and will dribble it up quickly near sideline. Gets right through the defense, goes to the basket, blows the layup though. Jackson there for the rebound. North Texas caught a break that time. Taylor just sailed into the lane unchallenged. James with it, looking to go across to the left side to Lee. Instead will come out up top to L. Looking to get it down low to Timms in the block. Nowhere to go with it. James now right wing. Three-point line extended. Takes it into the baseline. Tough jumper up. It's short, no good. Button has the rebound, but Lee outworks her for it. And North Texas will get another look at the basket. Lee off to L. Touches it to Jackson. Jumper up, no good. Taylor will clear the boards for Houston. Outlet comes to Landry. Instead of stepping on the gas, Landry will slow it up, trying to whip it down low underneath to Mason. And it goes out for hands, out of bounds. Turnover on Houston. It was originally deflected away by L. Mason caught it and lost it out of bounds. Hill returns for Houston. Taylor will leave. Jackson will check out for North Texas. And back in is Brittany Bailey. We go under 5 to play in this opening half. 32-29, the Houston lead on North Texas. And in front court, L. lazy pass and stolen away by Johnson. She will go back the other way and miss the layup. It goes out of bounds off of Johnson. Turnover on Houston. Johnson lazily waited for L to come back. L, with some good defense, didn't foul her, and Johnson airballed it. It went out of bounds, and it's over to North Texas. And Joe Curl, who's coming off a heart attack last year, might want some words there with his young freshman. Back the other way. Lee driving to the basket with a little layup. It falls and falls. And North Texas back to within a point, 32-30. Johnson quickly into the front court to Button, who gets behind the defense again and lays it in. Lee was back there, tried to go for the steal, missed it, and Button had another layup. The Cougars continue to break this North Texas trap every time it's been put on. And the high post, it's L. Dangerous pass. The far side, Lee is able to get it. Looking to dribble in. She does. Lobs it underneath to Bailey. Misses the jumper. Button there for the rebound. So race it ahead on the far sideline for Houston with a three-point lead. Comes near side to Mason with a head fake. Goes right around the defenders. Misses the layup. Hill battling for the rebound. It's out of bounds. Last touch, though, by North Texas. It will stay with Houston. 4:01 to play in this opening half. Still a 34-31 lead. It will be Landry to inbound it, right of the bucket, lobs for Hill. She catches, left block, turnaround jumper, short, no good. Mason taps the rebound out to Johnson. Now to Button, reverses it near side to Landry, driving up with the right hand, and she's fouled. And that'll be free throws coming up here for Porsche Landry. Foul will be against L. It'll be her first and the fourth on North Texas, and we got a timeout on the floor. 3:53 to play in the opening half. 3-point lead for Houston over North Texas, 34-31. Back in a minute here on KNTU.
I'm Jermaine Laster, host of The Gridiron on KNTU.
Jermaine Wilhite. I always want to say your name.
On The Gridiron, we tackle everything pigskin from high school football to the NFL.
It's crazy that a coach that's been in college for like 30 years knows what he's doing now that he has the approval of Jermaine.
For the best in sports talk this side of Louisville Lake, you can catch me, Roy White, Jordan Roberts, and Ryan Metcalf on The Gridiron Wednesday night at 6:30 on KNTU 88.1 FM.
You can breathe.
You can feel proud.
You can be free.
You can have white teeth. You can have clothes that don't smell.
You can stop coughing. You can be on top of your game. You can quit tobacco. Visit youcanquit2.org. You can do amazing things with a little bit of help.
A message for the U.S. military, sponsored by the U.S. Department of Defense, aired by the Texas Association of Broadcasters and this station.
3:53 to play in this opening half. It's a 3-point lead for the Houston Cougars. Stephen Bartolotta back at the fabulous Super Pit, as it's the home opener for the Mean Green, and head coach Shanice Stevens making her debut here tonight. There's been a back-and-forth game, quite entertaining game here between Houston and North Texas. It's a 3-point lead for the Cougars. So we peek at our little guys mover statistics. Leading the way for Houston is freshman Porsche Landry with 8 points and 3 assists. For North Texas, it is Amber Jackson who has 8 points. And Amber, again, just 5 points away now from becoming the 11th player in school history to record 1,000 points for her career. Quite an accomplishment indeed. Now to the timeout, it will be free throws coming for Porsche Landry. Tell you what, she is living up to that name. One of the quickest point guards where Texas is going to see, with the exception of maybe Andrea Riley, the All-American from Oklahoma State. Landry at the line for 2. First one rattles home. A 87% foul shooter on the year. One more free throw will give her double figures in this first half. Second one, back iron no good. Rebound tapped around. Finally cleared out of there by James, so a 35-31 lead for Houston. Quickly in the front court comes James, goes to the left side with a head fake out to Lee. Now on the high post, it's L. Back to James. Three-pointer up. It's blocked out of there by Mason. Landry comes away with a 3-on-1 break for Houston. Landry will go all the way to the rack and lay it in. Landry now in double figures with 11. Cougars in front by 6, 37-31. Cannot let Landry get out in space like that. She is too fast. Back the other way, James working on Jasmine Johnson. Now it comes right block left of the lane on Hill. Goes up. Hill rejects it out of there. And Johnson comes away with it. Trying to get it ahead. James blocks it. Johnson gets it back to Button. 3-on-3 break. Button right to the basket. And another layup for Button. 6 straight for Houston. And they lead now 39-31. Just like that. This lead, which was at 3 points just under a minute ago, is now 8. L with it. Right elbow will dribble it out. 3-point line extended now. Looking to get it down low to Bailey. She'll now pop up out high and almost throws it away. She throws it away far side to Lee. She catches it. Will step back. Deep 3-pointer. Long, no good. Rebound taken down by Mason. 2-on-2 break. Mason over to Johnson. Left side. Goes up and is hammered by James. And Mason will get 2 shots. James with the foul. Her first. And number 5 on North Texas. But this Cougar transition game is giving North Texas fits in the opening 20 minutes tonight. Johnson to the line for 2. Looking for her first points of this one, and she will have a chance to do it at the free throw line. It's on the year, a 72% foul shooter is Johnson, and she's good on the first. Amber Jackson back into the game for North Texas, replacing Brittany Bailey. 40-31, Houston now up with 2:39 to play in this opening half. It's a 6-0 mini run here for the Cougars out of that last media timeout. Jasmine Johnson, the sophomore from Omaha, knocks the second one down. It is now a double-figure lead for the Cougars, 41-31. In backcourt now, they will press. Jackson and L play catch. It's a 2-2-1 press. Jackson nowhere to go with it. Now comes near side to L. Timeout, Shanice Stevens. She did not like the way that play was developing. And the Cougars have their largest lead of the game at 41-31 with 2:31 to play here in this opening half. What was a tight ball game has now been blown open by Houston. 7-0 run over the last 1 minute and change has given the Cougars their largest lead of the game, and their defense has been strong throughout. They've also really not given North Texas many good looks at the basket, and their defense really been strong. Don't forget, next North Texas men's basketball game, that is tomorrow night. It is December the 3rd, as it will be against Sam Houston State. And that comes your way tomorrow here at the Super Pit. 6:30 is the pregame. And out of the timeout, North Texas throws it away with another turnover. And North Texas gets a gift right back as Forrest Landry dribbled it right out of bounds. And that'll be a turnover on Houston. So Mean Green catch a break that time as they threw it away on the inbounds pass, but Landry dribbled it right out of bounds. So a 10-point lead for the Cougars, 41-31 in the high post. It is Escalera. She's got Timms and Jackson on either wing. Now we'll get it in the high post to Lee. Steps back, deep three-pointer. Rims out, no good. Jackson, though, for the rebound, corrals it. North Texas with another look. Jackson off to Lee, who throws it to no one. It's Landry with the steal. 3-on-1 break for Houston. Landry over to Johnson. Back to Landry on the far baseline. Goes up, and Timms hammers her. And that'll be more free throws coming here for the Cougars. Forrest Landry steps to the line for two. Talked about the transition game and the quickness of Houston. The fast break points in this one. Well, cover your ears if you're a Mean Green fan. 19-0 Houston. Forrest Landry is at the line shooting 2 free throws, and the first one is good. Give her a dozen for the game and give the Cougars an 11-point lead. 73% foul shooter on the year is Landry. She'll get one more. Timms with that foul. It's her second and the 7th on North Texas. Landry's good on both free throws. Houston up to a 12-point lead. Sophomore Megan Morton will come in for the first time for Houston, replacing Forrest Landry with 1:53 remaining in this opening half. North Texas needs a late push here to blunt this 9-0 Houston run. Cougars going to press in backcourt. It'll be Lee and Jackson playing catch. A 2-2-1 press. Jackson still in backcourt. Nowhere to go with it. Going to dribble it ahead. Has it poked away as she tried to go to Lee. Johnson with his poke. And Hill with his steal. Back come the Cougars. Button has it. Right wing will come back out to Johnson with 90 ticks to play in the opening half. Houston has really frustrated North Texas tonight. It is Button with it. Three-point line extended back to Morton, who loses it for a second. Lee deflected it, so she goes in backcourt and corrals it. 10 on the shot clock. Morton in the corner. Throws it now across the lane to Button with 6 on the shot clock. Button driving to the basket. James rejects the shot. Jackson there for the rebound. 2-on-2 break. Jackson going one-on-one with Mason. Up with the left hand. No good. Timms crashes in for the rebound. Can't get it. James's putback is no good. And Mason is there for the rebound for Houston. So we go under a minute to play. A couple of good looks there, and North Texas couldn't cash in. You hear Joe Curl calling out the baseline play. See if they can execute it as it comes. Baseline now to Mason. Now back left side to Johnson with 12 on the shot clock. Johnson knifing in through a double team and will be fouled. It will be against North Texas, Brittany James or Torian Timms. It'll be Timms, and that will be her 3rd personal foul, the 8th on North Texas. It'll be a non-shooting foul, so just 1-1 coming up here for Jasmine Johnson, sophomore from Omaha. She's got 2 points in this first half. Those came from the free throw line a few moments ago. 73% on the year is Johnson to the line. She's a little bit hobbled as she got up there. She tried to split 2 players, and she took a shot to her left knee, but she steps to the line and didn't affect her free throw. She's good on the first. Hall back into the game for North Texas. Places Torian Timms, who leaves with those 3 fouls. One more free throw coming here for Johnson. Averages 6 points, 3 rebounds a game. Deep knee bend, and the second one is good as well. got 4 points. They're off on the line. The Cougars' run is 11-0, and their lead is 45-31 with 40 seconds to play. Pressure on again in backcourt. James with the ball handle. It's a 2-2-1 press. Button cuts her off. She's got no dribble. She has got nowhere to go with it. Now lobs it to Escalera. Still not across the line. Now they get it across with 30 seconds to play. James being hounded tightly by Johnson. Wheels around her. Dumps it off underneath to Jackson. Goes up. Hill blocks the shot. Rebound taken down by Mason for Houston. Shot clock is off. The Cougars can play for the final shot. Ahead it comes to Morton. She doesn't want to. Will go in the corner to Button. Now they'll dribble it back out. Joe Curl wants it to play for the last shot. 10 on the shot clock, or 10 on the game clock. Underneath and a low block to Hill. Misses the easy layup. The rebound taken down by Hill. Then she dribbled it off her foot. 4.4 seconds to play, so still time for North Texas to get one final shot. Lead inbounded in backcourt. The Cougars will press. The inbound comes to Escalera with 4, with 3. Brings it across, splits the double team. Chance, three-pointer from 30 feet is short at the horn. So North Texas will go to the break trailing by 14 points. There's a 45-31 Houston Cougar lead, and they end this first half on an 11-0 run over the final 3 minutes and 54 seconds to take a 14
is worth the effort. The Texas Department of Transportation and the Texas Department of Public Safety remind you to save a life. Always wear your safety belt, even if you have an airbag.
We wrap up the First State Bank halftime show here at the Super Pit, where North Texas is in some trouble at the break, down by 14 points to the Houston Cougars, who came in as a road team downright awful. They had lost their first 2 road games in blowout fashion. Now, granted, it was against Oregon State and TCU, but it was a Houston team that really had emphasized getting back on track on the road, and they're doing it here in the first 20 minutes. They lead North Texas 14 in the break. Begin the second half, it will be Scott, Landry, Taylor, Button, and Hill for the Cougars. Hall, Lee, Jackson, James, and Yari Escalera will start the second half for the Mean Green. It's Cougar ball to begin this second half, and we're ready to get the final 20 minutes underway. North Texas going to have to rally. They've done it before. They're down by 14. This is going to be a tough one. They're going to pull this one out. Second half is underway. Cougars move from left to right, and North Texas will come out playing man-to-man defense. It will be Landry to run the point. Already notched a career-high 13 points. Gets it down low in the paint to Hill. Misses the shot. Gets her own rebound. The putback's no good. Taylor with a third opportunity. Scored and a foul. Taylor, persistent domination of the boards. Got that one to fall. It hung on the lip of the cup for a second. It dropped. She's got 6. Can make it 7 with a 3-point play. And right out of the gates to start this second half, North Texas is going to be down even more. Taylor can make it a 17-point deficit with a free throw. It's no good. It rattles out. Hall with the rebound. So it's 47-31. Houston. North Texas will move from right to left in this second half. James has it. Far wing will drive into the lane with a left hand. Misses the layup. It's been that kind of night for James. Rebound taken down by Landry. 2-on-2 break. Gets it over to Scott. Goes up against Hall and is fouled. And the Cougars, when they get out in that transition game, they have simply been unstoppable here tonight. And Brittany Scott, the sophomore from Orange, will get 2 free throws. Second one on Joe Hall, and the second one on North Texas here in this second half. We're not even 30 seconds in. Scott at the line for 2. Buries the first one. Just 5 points on the night, and a 67% foul shooter. Scott, again, as you mentioned, the teammate of North Texas guard Brittany James in high school at West Orange Stark, makes the second free throw, and she has 7. The Cougar lead is 18. The run is 15-0, carried over from the first half. Back the other way, Escalera goes into the paint. Hill there to reject the shot. Outlet goes to Landry. Ahead to Scott, catches it underneath the hoop. Dishes to Landry, but the pass goes through her hands. James with a steal. So bring it back for North Texas. The Mean Green need a bucket in a bad way. James with a left-hand dribble. Now to left. Works it to Escalera. Underneath the Jackson. Double team. Taylor pokes it away and steals it. And another turnover on North Texas. Back comes Houston. Chance to really put some distance between themselves and the Mean Green early in this second half. It's 49-31, 18:50 remaining in the game. Up top, it is Button. Middle of the floor. Just beyond the arc, guarded by Lee. Gets a screen now. Will work it off to Scott as the Cougars weave on the perimeter here. It's Landry head of the key. Hill gives her a screen with 4 on the shot clock. Landry pulls up from the free throw line. The jumper short. Jackson with a rebound. And back comes North Texas, still looking for the first hoop here in the second half. Jackson going to penetrate the lane, cut off there. Double team goes up and is fouled. Hill with the foul. And Amber Jackson single-handedly tried to run that one all the way down and will step to the line for free throws. Hill second, the first on the Cougars here in the second half, and Amber Jackson has got 9 points in this game. Actually, she has 8. She has a chance to have 9, and she does. Now she has 9. And she's just 4 points away from joining the 1,000-point club. Amber on the year, good free throw shooter at 75%. 49-32, the Houston lead. 18 and a half minutes to play as Jackson's good on the second. She's got double figures with 10. It's a 16-point lead. And quickly in the front court, Landry finds Scott, left wing three-pointer. It's an air ball. Escalera will let that one go out of bounds. And it goes over to North Texas. And Joe Curl asking our near side official, Robert Strong, if that one was deflected. And he says, no, afraid not. It was an air ball. So now they say it was, and it will be Houston ball. So the politicking works, and the inbounds goes from Landry to Taylor, who catches and scores off the glass. So just like that, Joe Curl's able to get the possession, and his team capitalizes. Taylor's got 8. The lead is 18 again. 51-33. James in the front court. Dangerous pass, tried to touch it off to Jackson, turned it over instead. Hill with the steal, ahead to Scott. Cougars will bring it up with a chance to make this a 20-point game as we go under 18 to play. Middle of the floor, it will be Landry as she will get the call from Curl. Works it back to Scott with a head fake. Went around James. 3 seconds, though, will be called in the lane. Turnover on Houston as Cobaline Hill was camped out underneath the basket for too long. 51-33 is the Houston lead. 17-40 and counting in this game. North Texas needs a spark from somewhere. Escalera, three-point line extended on the near side. Looking for room. Now we'll come up top to James. Spots up from 3. Misses badly. It has just been an awful night for Brittany James. Landry has the rebound as a couple players collide in backcourt, but Landry is able to come out of the scrum with it. She's got numbers. She'll pull up from 10. Jackson blocks the shot. Jackson has it ahead. She will race it one-on-one. She will go to the basket and be hammered. And Amber Jackson single-handedly made that play. She had the block on Landry, and then racing up against numbers, drew the foul, and will go to the line for 2. Taylor will be hit with the foul, her first and the second on Houston, so Amber Jackson steps to the line for 2 more. She's got 10 on the night. Free throw up and good. And Amber Jackson sitting on 998 career points now with that free throw. Brittany Bailey will return for North Texas of the next free throw for Jackson, but junior Mimi Goodman is in for the first time, her first action in 3 games. The junior from Batesville checks in. Jackson's second free throw is good, and now she'll check out with 12 points and 999 career points. So 1 more, and Amber's in that club. Bailey returns. The 2 free throws by Jackson make it a 51-35 Houston lead with 7:13 to play in the game. And now North Texas is going to slap on the full court press. In backcourt, Landry will catch now. The Mean Green will back off, and Landry will just run right around Brittany James. She is oh so fast. We'll work it to Mason, who comes back to Landry in the corner. Scott's all alone with a head fake. Steps in, takes a 16-footer, no good. Goodman there for the strong rebound. And back comes North Texas. Chance to cut into this Cougar lead. James lobbing it way up high. And it goes out of bounds. Needed to be Wilt Chamberlain to get that one. Brittany Bailey is not, and that's a turnover on North Texas. Not what you needed when you're trying to get back in the game. So the Cougars will have the possession again and look to add to this 16-point lead with 16 and a half remaining in the game. It's Landry backing down Escalera, back to the basket, and Trisha Lee comes up and picks her pocket. 2-on-2 break the other way. Lee going up, draws the blocking foul on Button, and will go to the line for 2. Smart move there by Trisha Lee. Didn't go in there out of control, and Button sliding back drew the foul. It's her first and the third on Houston. Trisha Lee is going to go to the stripe for 2, and all the North Texas points here in the second half have come from the foul line. Lee looking to add to it. She doesn't. This is the first one. 80% foul shooter coming into this one, but she misses that one. So get 1 more. She's got 4 points tonight. Landry will check out. Johnson back in for Houston. One more free throw coming for the senior from Fort Wayne, Indiana. Indiana, the home of the great John Burkett. Favorite son of Indiana, Mr. Burkett, and favorite son of the Mean Green Club as well. Lee's good on the second free throw, so it's a 15-point lead. Johnson comes up top. Scott with the catch. James almost picked her pocket. She'll pull up from the free throw line and score it. Scott's got 9, and the lead is 17, 53-36. Near sideline, it is Escalera with the right-hand dribble. Now we'll work it back to James. Lobbing down low to Goodman. Taylor cuts it off and steals it. Ahead it comes to Scott. 2-on-2 break. Scott will dribble it out beyond the arc. Finds Button all alone. Head of the key for 3. No good. Rebound tapped around in traffic. Taylor out-muscles Goodman. Goodman, though, blocks her putback and comes away with a rebound. Good defense there by Mimi Goodman. She didn't get the rebound. Stuck with it and got the block shot. Back the other way, it's Escalera, deep three-pointer. It's short, and that three ball is just not there for North Texas right now. And in backcourt, there will be a foul against the Mean Green. So Button was trying to come out with it. Lee and James collided with her. That'll be a foul on North Texas. And we got a timeout on the floor with 15:50 to play in the game. Houston still on top, 53-36, 15:50 left. We're back after this timeout here on KNTU.
The Guyer Wildcats' magical run in their first ever postseason continues.
The state quarterfinals are on KNTU.
Tune in to KNTU as the broadcast team heads to Lubbock to bring you live coverage of Guyer's playoff game against the Wolfforth Friendship Tigers. Pregame begins at 1:30 with kickoff coming at 2 o'clock. And remember, if you missed the game, you can go to KNTU.com for a podcast. Denton ISD High School Football Playoffs, right here on KNTU 88.1 The One.
Morning, gentlemen. Want to hear our specials?
Sure.
First, we have the seafood special. It's been sitting around here for a week. We're known around these parts for food poisoning.
Wouldn't it be great if you could be warned of life's risks? If you have diabetes, you can. It's called A1C, a simple blood test that can help measure your risk of complications from diabetes. To find out more, go to www.diabetesa1c.org. Brought to you by the American Diabetes Association, Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation International, and the Ad Council.
15:50 remaining in this game. It is a 53-37 or 36 Houston Cougar lead. North Texas has gone a long way without a field goal. 4:41 remaining in the first half was their last field goal. And if you add that up to the 4 minutes and 10 seconds that has melted away here in the second half, that adds up by my very primitive arithmetic to 8 minutes and 51 seconds. That's a long time to go without a field goal, and the Cougars have taken advantage of it, really blown this game wide open, and they lead 53-36. Out of the timeout, it's Houston basketball. North Texas shooting at just 25% in this game, 11 of 41, and they are 2 of 16 from behind the arc, while Houston is at 42% for the game. Cougars with it in front court. Freshman Tamara Turu is in for the first time. She will guard Button. As Cougars weave up top, it will be Scott coming near side to Taylor. Driving on Goodman. Out it comes to Johnson. Right baseline with 10 on the shot clock. Double team off to Taylor. Jumper from the elbow is good. Taylor heating up now. She's in double figures with 10. Cougars match their largest lead at 19, 55-36. Right-hand sideline, it is Lee. And away from the basketball, it is an offensive foul on Brittany Bailey underneath. Pushing off, and she was caught, and she's going to leave. Amber Jackson will come off the bench and replace Brittany Bailey, as will Torian Timms. She will come in and give Mimi Goodman a breather. Goodman with some quality minutes there. You can tell Denise Stevens looking for a spark from anywhere right now. Cougars with the ball and the big lead into the front court. Will come sophomore Jasmine Johnson. Cut off there by Escalera. Looking to go down low, left block. They get it to Taylor. Now out to Mason. Free throw line extended jumper. Off the glass, no good. Taylor with the offensive rebound in traffic. Pulls it back out to Mason. We go under 15 to play. The Cougars with another look at the basket. It'll be Button with it, looking to drive. She will be cut off there. And will dribble it back out to Johnson. Johnson takes it into the corner. Guarding on Escalera. Offensive foul will be called on Jasmine Johnson. Use the elbow to clear out space against Escalera, and that will go against Houston. Still, though, a big lead for the Cougars, 55-36 with 14:40 remaining in this game. North Texas badly needs a basket. Olivia Escalera between the rings, down low as she tried to go to Jackson. Taylor stepped in front and stole it. Taylor, though, throws it away. Turu with the steal. The layup's no good. Jackson for the putback. It is good, and welcome to the 1,000-point club, Amber Jackson. That field goal gives her 1,001 for her career. What a career it has been, and more importantly, it cuts this lead to 17, 55-38. Button back the other way for Houston, driving on Jackson. Jackson blocks the shot, but Button will be called for the offensive foul. She went right over Escalera, and another offensive foul on the Cougars. Second straight charge that Escalera has drawn. North Texas looking again to slowly chip away at this lead, which is 17. They get it across the line. The Cougars with some token pressure. Turu has it left baseline. Goes up. Taylor rejects the shot. Rebound loose in the lane. It's still loose. Jackson battling with it. Gets it. The putback's no good, but she's fouled as Jasmine Johnson got her underneath. Amber Jackson, the effort is all over the place tonight. And Amber Jackson trying to will North Texas back into this game will get 2 free throws. She's got a game-high 14 points, and she's got 2 more free throws coming her way. First one up and good. So 1 more free throw coming for Jackson, who's got 15 points now and 11 rebounds. Another double-double for her. The second one is short, no good. And underneath, Mason comes away with a rebound, so it's 55-39 Cougars with a 16-point lead. Under 14 to play in the game. Between the rings, it is Johnson. Will wheel it near side now to Button in the corner to Taylor. Timms fronts her. Taylor will whip it up top to Scott. 3-point line extended back to Taylor. Dangerous pass. 12 on the shot clock. Taylor throws it right off Timms out of bounds to save the possession. They will stay with Houston. Heads up play there by Taylor. She tiptoed on that baseline to avoid stepping out and throwing it off of Timms. They will inbound it, will the Cougars. In the corner with 9 on the shot clock. They work it into Button. Head of the key with 7, with 6. Button driving, will pull up from the elbow. The jumper short, no good. Turu for the rebound. And back comes North Texas. Again, a chance to chip away at this Cougar lead. Escalera quickly near side. Will now dribble it up top. Middle of the floor, works it back now left side to Turu. Guarded by Button. Holding the ball, looking to drive. Now puts it on the floor. Goes across the lane to Escalera with a head fake. Little runner. Up and good and a foul. Escalera scores it in the foul, and North Texas has cut the lead to 14. The and one will give Escalera a trip to the free throw line, and she has 8 points. And head coach Joe Curl wants a timeout, wants to talk about it. It's a 14-point lead for Houston, 55-41. It's a full timeout. We'll take it as well with 13:04 remaining in this game. North Texas, a little bit of a run here. They're back to within 14, and we're back after this timeout here on KNTU.
The Geyer Wildcats' magical run in their first ever postseason continues.
The state quarterfinals are on KNTU.
Tune in to KNTU as the broadcast team heads to Lubbock to bring you live coverage of Geyer's playoff game against the Wolfforth Friendship Tigers. Pre-game begins at 1:30 with kickoff coming at 2 o'clock. And remember, if you missed the game, you can go to KNTU.com for a podcast. Denton ISD High School Football Playoffs, right here on KNTU 88.1 The One.
I'm sorry, sir, but it appears as though your credit card has been declined.
Did everyone hear that? This person right here, credit card declined. If we can please have an awkward silence.
Oh, I'm with a date here. Look, so I'm late on a few payments. I'll make it up next month, promise.
He promises to pay it all back next month. Can we have an aww?
Putting more on your card than you can afford to spend can lead to even bigger problems, like public humiliation. Don't let your credit put you in a bad place. Go to controlyourcredit.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Treasury and the Ad Council.
13:04 remaining in this game. Stephen Bartolotta back in the fabulous Super Pit. Our Contumulus board operator, Tyler Bolden, back at KNTU, and we're glad you're with us this evening. If you're wondering what contumulus means, outrageous. So I'm told, and that's how I describe Tyler. But outrageous right now would be the word to use if North Texas can make this comeback. It's a 14-point lead for the Houston Cougars with 13:04 remaining in the game. And out of the timeout, it will be Yari Escalera, the senior from Puerto Rico, at the line to try and complete the and one and finish a three-point playoff. She has 8 points on the night, and she has a chance to make it 9 with a free throw and get North Texas back to within 13. The free throw's good. Yari with 9. The lead at 13 with 13 to play. 55-42. Cougars in front. And handling in the front court will be Landry. Works it to Johnson. Now near side Mason. Still beyond the arc. Now we'll rotate it left side to Taylor. Working on Timms. Backs her down. Jumper up. No good. Follows her own shot. Her rebound and stick back is good. Taylor missed the original shot. Followed it and finished. Taylor now with 10. Lead back to 15 at 57-42. Escalera ball handles in the high post. The Cougars still in a man-to-man defense. She'll hand off to Lee as they weave up top. Lee looking for room on the perimeter. We'll give it to Turu. Still looking for space. Back to Escalera. Deep three-pointer. Rims out no good. Lee battling for the rebound underneath. Tapped it off at Taylor, and it'll stay with North Texas. Good move there by Trisha Lee. She couldn't bring it down, but she tapped it off Taylor, and it will stay with North Texas. Scalera inbounds it to Turu, left alone in the corner for three. That one is no good, and the three ball just will not fall tonight for North Texas. And back the other way come the Cougars with a 15-point lead. Landry to Taylor. She nice in the lane. Back out it comes to Johnson. Battling with Escalera. Loses it on the floor. Yari comes away with it. Off to Lee. Good defensive effort there by Escalera as we go under 12 to play. Still a 57-42 Houston lead. Lee with it. Right-hand sideline. Going to drive on Johnson. Going in. There's contact and a foul. And that will be team foul number 8 on Houston. And that will send Trisha Lee to the line for what should be 1-1. It is. It was a foul on the floor. Non-shooting foul. But Lee will get a chance at the line after this timeout with 11:53 remaining in the game. North Texas down by 15, 57-42. We're back after this break on KNTU.
The North Texas Jukebox.
The other day I had something I wanted to request. I don't even remember it now.
Sunday night, 7 to 10 p.m. North Texas Jukebox taking your requests.
I want to hear Soundgarden, Black Hole Sun.
Anything by Bob Marley. Brad Paisley.
Don't Stop Believing by Journey.
Kenny Chesney.
She thinks my tractor sexy. North Texas Jukebox taking your requests at KNTU.com.
The North Texas Jukebox, Sunday night, 7 to 10 on FM 88.1 The One.
The Geyer Wildcats' magical run in their first ever postseason continues.
The state quarterfinals are on KNTU.
Tune in to KNTU as the broadcast team heads to Lubbock to bring you live coverage of Geyer's playoff game against the Wolfforth Friendship Tigers. Pregame begins at 1:30 with kickoff coming at 2 o'clock. And remember, if you missed the game, you can go to KNTU.com for a podcast. Denton ISD High School Football Playoffs, right here on KNTU 88.1 The One.
15-point lead for the Houston Cougars, 57-42 as the Mean Green open the home season here at the Super Pit in Denton. Keep in mind, tomorrow night, Johnny Jones and the Mean Green men are back in action as he leads his team to victory Wednesday against Sam Houston State. Ticket options start at $7. The Mean Green Domino's Family Fun Pack, including 4 tickets, a pizza, and drinks. That's $35 if you purchase that in advance. 1-800-UMT-2366, the number for tickets, or meangreensports.com. That's tomorrow night here at the Super Pit. We look at our little guys mover statistics. North Texas continuing to struggle mightily from the floor tonight at just 26%, 13 of 50, and from behind the arc, the numbers are even worse. 2 of 18. Houston, meanwhile, continues to be steady at 42% for the game. Out of the timeout, 1-and-1 opportunity here for Trisha Lee. She's got 5 points on the night. She is just 1 of 2, though, from the strike. 80% free throw shooter coming into this game. It's 1-and-1 as the Cougars picked up their 18th foul in that last possession, and Lee misses the free throw. Rebound tapped around underneath. Timms and Taylor battling for it. Still on the floor. Landry's able to come away with it, and the Cougars have it. Timms had it just for a second, but they were able to poke it away. Landry back the other way is rejected by Jackson. She comes away with it. 1-on-1 against Taylor. Jackson the other way, and she lays it in. Amber Jackson, that's the second time she's done that tonight, going coast to coast with the block and the finish. She has 17, and the lead is down to 13 now at 57-44. Button with it on the far side for the Cougars. In the corner, it goes to Taylor, calling out for Mason to go in the low post. Now they'll reverse it to Landry on the near side. Down on the shot clock, Landry goes across the lane to Jakobsone. Escalera nearly stole it, but she lost it out of bounds. 7 on the shot clock for Houston. This would be a big stand for North Texas if they can get a stop. Going to be Landry to work the inbounds with 7 on the shot clock, right of the basket. North Texas does not guard the inbounds. They go up top to Mason, left alone. Thought about a 3, but she traveled with it. Turnover on Mason. 18th of the game for Houston. That's just one of those unforced errors that Mason should not do. The sophomore from LaPorte, though, gives it back to the Mean Green. And North Texas can continue to cut into this lead of the Cougars, which is 13, 57-44 with under 11 minutes to play in the game. Houston still in a man-to-man defense. Near side, it's Lee. It's beyond the arc, left of the circle. Tries to go inside to a cutting Turu, threw it away right to Taylor. 2-on-1 break. Taylor ahead in front court, trying to go to Jakobsone, throw it away, and Lee comes up with a steal. Back the other way comes North Texas. That was a break and a bad pass there by Taylor. Lee crossing over on Jakobsone, throws it away. She was in between a shot and a pass, and she just shot put it out of bounds. And that is turnover number 19 on North Texas. Hill back in the game for the Cougars, as is Scott. And Lee will leave for North Texas, replaced by Brittany James. She's had just a forgettable night. 2 points. They came from the line, but an 0 of 8 line from the floor for Brittany James. Not the kind of night she wanted. And in front court, it is Landry. Lobbing it right block. Hill catches. She's double teamed. Still, though, is able to muscle the ball to the basket and draw the foul. There you see the girth of Hill coming into play there. And she will go to the line for 2. 15 foul on North Texas. And that foul will be on Amber Jackson, her first. Hill steps to the line for the first time tonight. Just 2 points, 7 rebounds, and she's no good on the free throw. So Cobaline Hill will get one more. Just a 58% foul shooter on the year. Second one won't go. The rebound, though, is tapped around and taken down by Scott. An offensive board for the Cougars, and a second chance following the misses by Hill. Landry has it. Left side lobbing underneath is Taylor for Hill. She threw it away. Another turnover on Taylor, and back it comes to North Texas. So still just a 13-point deficit, 57-44 with 10 minutes remaining in the game. Escalera with it, left-hand side, guarded by Landry. Now head of the key, it's Jackson. Met there by a double team, goes up, Hill rejects the shot. Timms, though, gets the rebound on the baseline. The putback rolls, it will not fall. The rebound saved in by James, gets it to Jackson, and she scores it. Amber Jackson now with 19, and the lead's down to 11. 57-46, back the other way. Scott from the left side, alone for 3, no good. Turu for the rebound, and back comes North Texas, a bucket here, and the lead is single digits. Escalera driving on Landry, will pull it back out, gets it down low on the block for Jackson, goes up and is fouled by Hill. And Amber Jackson, just a gutty effort tonight by Jackson, is going to get 2 free throws. Foul on Hill, her third, and the 9th on Houston, and 2 more free throws coming for Amber Jackson. She's made a living there tonight. 7 of 8 from the stripe this evening. 75% foul shooter for the year, and the first one's good. She has got 20 points. Hill will lead Joseph back in, and North Texas down by just 10 at 57-47 with 9:34 to play in the game. Jackson's second free throw. It's good. She has 21. Her career high is 23, and the lead is down to 9 with 9:30 to play. North Texas has done a great job of getting back into this game. Now can they continue the defense and continue to cut into the lead? Landry trying to go down low to Taylor. They get it to her. Turnaround jumper. Rolls and drops. Taylor got the friendly iron on that one, and she's got a dozen. Lead back to 11, 59-48. Far corner, it's Escalera. She'll step in. Long 18-footer, no good. Button has the rebound, and Jackson went over the back and fouled her. Second on Jackson, 6th on North Texas, and it will stay with Houston. Boy, the deep shot just is not there tonight for the Mean Green. As Porsche Landry, the freshman from Houston, runs the point, comes near side, and it's deflected out of bounds. Turu sent it right off our official Robert Strong. It stays with Houston, though, but Robert Strong took that one in the grill. Turu will leave. Joe Hall back in the game. It's been a quiet one for her as well, with just 4 points. Taylor will inbound it right in front of her own bench. Joe Curl giving her some instructions, and she works it in to Landry. And they'll set the offense with 15 on the shot clock. Landry dribbling, 3-point line extended, looking for some space. Gets a screen from Joseph. Now will drive it right in the lane and throws it away. Button was cutting the basket. Landry didn't think she was going to do it, and that's another turnover on Houston. 8:40 to play in the game. 11-point lead for Houston, 59-48. Hall to inbound in backcourt for North Texas. Cougars pressing as they get it into James. It will come back to Escalera. The Cougars will back off on the press, and Escalera will bring it ahead. Guarded tightly by Landry. Nearly picked her pocket. Escalera got away from her. Still now dribble it ahead. Nearly lost it again. Somehow gets it to Brittany James, who dribbles it left of the lane. Goes up with the left hand. Taylor rejects the shot and comes down with it. Taylor was waiting for it, and here come the Cougars. 3-on-2 break. It is Scott. Whips it over in the lane to Joseph. Jumper up, no good. Jackson with a rebound. Back comes North Texas on the run. Ahead to James. She has it right wing. In the corner to Hall. Crossing over. Tries to go down low to Timms. Taylor deflects it up. Comes down with it and is fouled. Courtney Taylor has been just an animal on the defensive end the last 2 times down, and that will be team foul number 7, and that will be free throws the other way for Courtney Taylor. That's also foul number 4 on Torian Timms. And Taylor will step to the line for 1-and-1. Amber Jackson will leave. Freshman Janae Thompson will come in for the first time tonight. The freshman from Bryan, Texas, works her way into the lineup. Meanwhile, back the other way, it is Courtney Taylor on the line for a 1-and-1 opportunity, a 67% foul shooter on the year. Taylor for the game has 14 points. Free throw no good. Timms for the rebound on the weak side. But North Texas dodges a bullet there. We go under 8 to play. Still a 59-48 lead. In front court, it's Jo Hall, and she traveled with it. Oh, and you can see the steam coming out of Shanice Stevens' ears right now. Timeout on the floor. 59-48, the Cougar lead. Timeout, and we'll take it as well here on KNTU.
I'm Jermaine Laster, host of The Gridiron on KNTU.
Jermaine Wilhite. I always want to say your name.
On The Gridiron, we tackle everything pigskin from high school football to the NFL.
Crazy that a coach that's been in college for like 30 years knows what he's doing now that he has the approval of Jermaine.
For the best in sports talk this side of Louisville Lake, you can catch me, Roy White, Jordan Roberts, and Ryan Metcalf on The Gridiron Wednesday night at 6:30 on KNTU 88.1 FM.
The Geyer Wildcats' magical run in their first ever postseason continues.
The state quarterfinals are on KNTU.
Tune in to KNTU as the broadcast team heads to Lubbock to bring you live coverage of Geyer's playoff game against the Wolfforth Friendship Tigers. Pregame begins at 1:30 with kickoff coming at 2 o'clock. And remember, if you missed the game, you can go to KNTU.com for a podcast. Denton ISD High School Football Playoffs, right here on KNTU 88.1 The One.
7:56 remaining in the game. Stephen Bartolotti, glad you're with us this evening. It has been the Houston Cougars' night. They lead North Texas 59-48, trying to spoil the home opener for North Texas and head coach Denise Stevens. The second half has really been dominated by Amber Jackson and Courtney Taylor for Houston. Jackson has 13 of the 17 points for North Texas. Taylor has 10 of the Cougars' 14 points, and both of those players have double-doubles. Taylor's got 14 points and 10 rebounds, while Jackson has 21 points and 14 rebounds. If you're wondering what Amber's career highs are, well, flip through my trusty game notes here. Amber has now tied her career high in rebounds, and she's 2 away from tying her career high in points. Out of the timeout, Cougar basketball and the 11-point lead as the clock rolls with 7:50 and counting in this one. Force Landry will ball handle. She'll handle middle of the floor, guarded by Escalera. Looks for Button, now feeds it to her. Between the rings, Joseph gives her a screen, and Button goes right around it, goes right around Hall and lays it in. Oh, that was just too easy for Button. And she has 9, and the lead is 13 again, 61-48. Escalera now up top for North Texas, guarded by Landry. Looking for room, now feeds it to Hall. Left of the arc, driving, spins away from Button. Nice move, but misses the shot in the lane. The rebound taken down underneath. Joseph's tied up with Hall, and Hall will get North Texas another possession as the arrow is with the mean green. Some subs coming for North Texas. Monsa L back in, Amber Jackson back in, and Trisha Lee back in. And half the teams out there for North Texas right now. Now James and Thompson and Hall will come off the floor. proverbial line change there. It'll be Escalera to inbound it. It goes to Lee, near corner. She'll now dribble up top, cut off there by Hill. Now we'll drive in the lane, a whistle, and a foul on the floor. It's against Houston. And it will be on Scott. And this will be 2 free throws coming for Trisha Lee, as that's team foul number 10 on Houston. Lee with 5 points tonight. He's got 2 free throws coming here. First one, high arcing, and it is perfect. The lead is 12, 61-49. Johnson comes back in. Scott will lead. So you hear Joe Curl up and barking at the officials. Kind of looking for a little explanation on that last call. Lee's next free throw is short. Taylor. So Sky for the rebound for Houston. And back come the Cougars, leading by a dozen with under 7 minutes remaining in the game. Joe Curl continues to work Robert Strong here on the near side. Oh, by the way, his team's running a play. Landry works it to Button. Joseph gives her a screen with 12 on the shot clock. Button continues to handle. Back to Landry now. Middle of the floor with 7 on the shot clock. She's got to hurry with 5, with 4. Driving on L in the lane. Tough shot. Up off the glass, and it falls. It has been that kind of evening for Landry and for Houston, as Landry now with 15, and the lead is 14 again. Right block, it's Jackson catching, shooting. The shot went down and came out. Rebound taken down underneath by Jackson. Back out it comes to Lee in the corner for 3. It finally falls. Third 3 of the game for North Texas, and Lee has 9. It's a 63-52 Houston lead. Still time left with 6:10 remaining in the game. Near side, it's Johnson. Now it comes near corner to Joseph. Works it back to Johnson as Cougars really working the clock the last few times down. Johnson will handle. 3-point line extended. Feeds Taylor in the high post. Back to Landry. 8 on the shot clock. Landry walls for space. She wants to go one-on-one with Lee and does, and goes right around her, and it is fouled. Almost got the finish, but Landry with a pretty move there to draw the foul with 2 seconds on the shot clock, and this will be 2 free throws for Landry. Lee with the foul, and actually it's going to be on Torian Timms. Well, I guess that's a break, but unfortunately that's 5 on Torian, and she will have to leave with those fouls. Thought for sure that would be on Trisha Lee, but Torian Timms will have to leave, as both teams will take these free 60 seconds to talk to their respective head coach. Actually, it will be Joe Curl talking to his team, and Shanice Stevens giving instructions to Brittany Bailey as she will come in. Trisha Lee comes to the bench along with Torian Timms. For Texas with 4 players out there. Now Trisha Lee will come back in. But for a second, Lee was checking out. I've seen that before, so that's why I asked. Landry's got 2 free throws coming. The first one rolls over the front of the iron and won't fall. It falls off the side of the rim. So she still has 15 points. 1 more coming for Landry. She's 3 of 5 from the line today. Second one for the freshman from Houston. This one's no good, but the offensive rebound's taken down by Joseph. Lee rips the ball out of her hands, but can't save it in, and it will stay with the Houston Cougars. Cannot have that if you're going to make a comeback late in the game. It'll be Landry to work it in right in front of her own bench. Lee to guard the inbounds. They're looking to lob it to Joseph. She catches on the right block, misses the layup, and Lee's there for the rebound. Joseph bumps her, the ball comes out, and now the late whistle will come. And that will be on Joseph, her 3rd, and we're going to head back the other way and shoot more free throws, as Houston's already in the double bonus with 10 team fouls. And it will be Trisha Lee working her way back to the free throw line for 2 more. She has 9 points on the night. Again, an 80% foul shooter for the year. She's got 2 here with 5 minutes, 42 seconds to play in the game. First free throw, high arcing, and it's good. 1 more for Lee. It's a 10-point lead. It has been a double-figure lead, really, this entire second half for Houston. This free throw can make it a 9-point game. Still 5 minutes and 42 seconds on the clock. Lee's second free throw on the way. Rolls out, no good. Taylor with a rebound. Outlet comes to Landry, and she'll race it ahead. And she's double-teamed there. It's cut off, and will dribble it back out. Now driving on Lee, and that'll be a blocking foul. Oh, for a second there, looked like the elbow might have drawn an offensive foul, but instead it'll be a block, and it'll be a 1-and-1 opportunity here for Porsche Landry. The foul is on Lee, her second, and the 9th on North Texas. Landry, who just missed 2 free throws, is back in the line for 2 more. 3 of 6 from the stripe tonight. She's got a career-high 15 for the game. She's a great free throw shooter, though, 86%. First one, this one is good. Freshman from Madison High School in Houston. She's got 16 points, and the lead's back to 11 at 64-53. Second free throw is perfect. And the lead's back to a dozen. And Joe Curl will take a 30-second timeout here. 5:32 remaining, and wants to give some instructions to, again, a very young Houston Cougar team. This is a starting lineup that featured 3 sophomores and 2 freshmen. It's a roster that features 1 senior, and Zane Jakobsone, who, quite frankly, doesn't play very much. So Joe Curl, who, it's good to see him back on the sideline as well. Last year, before the year started, Curl was sidelined with a heart attack. He was okay. He could not coach per doctor's orders. He could watch, and he did as a fan, and I can't imagine that was much fun, especially as a head coach, when really you want to be on the sideline with your team, but he was unable to. He had to watch. Now he is cleared by the doctors, and he is back on the sideline, and it is very good indeed to see Joe Curl, who with this win today, if they can hold on, will notch his 299th career win all time. Out of the timeout, for Texas basketball down by 12. Escalera will handle. It will come near side to Lee. Working on Taylor, crosses over, drives on Taylor. Taylor, though, comes back with the defense, partially blocks the shot. Jackson, though, with the offensive rebound. Her stick back is short. Rebound, still loose. Jackson gets a third chance and cannot get it to fall. Joseph with the rebound. Outlet to Johnson. She'll quickly bring it up. And out it will come to Landry, and the Cougars have the ball. Landry driving, goes to Joseph, out to Taylor, back to Johnson, and they will work the clock here. We go under 5 to play. Cougars up by a dozen, 65-53. They are going to work the clock here. It'll be Landry near the center circle, guarded by Lee. Looking to drive. She will, pulls up from the free throw line and buries the jumper. And Landry now up to 19 points, and Houston again trying to pull away, leading 67-53. Into the front court will come Escalera. North Texas got to have a basket here. She will handle middle of the floor, guarded by Johnson. Now takes it right-hand sideline with 18 on the shot clock. Now head of the key, it's Lee. Deep three-pointer, rattles out no good. Button for the long rebound for the Cougars. For Texas, got to come up with a defensive stop or a steal here. Landry goes cross-court into the front court to Taylor. She will drive, pulls up from 10, no good. Joseph with the offensive putback. It is good. And Shanice Stevens can only put her hands over her face as Houston has built their lead back to 16 at 69-53 with 4:05 remaining in the game. Near side, it's L fires the 3, and it somehow fell off the heel of the rim, and it went. The way North Texas has been shooting the 3 ball, they'll take it any way they can get it. Landry back the other way. Elbow jumper, it's good. Of course, Landry has poured it on tonight. She has 21. And Houston continues to blunt every North Texas run. It's 71-56 back the other way. Escalera driving and will be fouled. So it's going to be on Johnson. Joe Curl trying to teach his youthful team, and in particular Jasmine Johnson. The gist of it was, don't foul, we're winning by a lot. Timeout on the floor, 3.5 minutes to play in the game. Houston leads 71-56. We're back after this timeout on KNTU.
The Geyer Wildcats' magical run in their first ever postseason continues.
The state quarterfinals are on KNTU.
Tune in to KNTU as the broadcast team heads to Lubbock to bring you live coverage of Geyer's playoff game against the Wolfforth Friendship Tigers. Pregame begins at 1:30 with kickoff coming at 2 o'clock. And remember, if you missed the game, you can go to KNTU.com for a podcast. Denton ISD High School Football Playoffs, right here on KNTU 88.1 The One.
Don't just do it for your lungs or for your heart.
Don't just do it for your teeth or your breath.
Don't just do it for your clothes or your wallet.
Do it for all the people who love you and care about you.
And do it for yourself.
Quit tobacco. Make yourself and everyone around you proud.
To learn how to quit, visit youcanquit2.org.
A message for the U.S. military, sponsored by the U.S. Department of Defense, aired by the Texas Association of Broadcasters and this station.
3:36 remaining in this game. North Texas looking like their home opener is going to be ruined by the Houston Cougars. 71-56, Houston in front. Winner of this game moves to 4-2. Loser falls to 3-3. North Texas hoping not to fall to 3-3 and open their home season with a loss, which they have not done in 5 seasons. They're riding a 5-game winning streak in home openers, but that is going to take a monumental comeback in this one. Out of the timeout, it'll be free throws coming for Yari Escalera, who's come off the bench for 9 points. He's 2 for 2 from the free throw line today. And a great free throw shooter overall at 83%. Getting double figures with free throws here. The first one is up and good. And Yari Escalera joins Amber Jackson and Trisha Lee in double figures now with 10. Amber has a game-high 21 and 16 rebounds. Second one for Yari is perfect. She's got 11. The lead, 71-58. North Texas got to have a stop here. Landry catches in backcourt. Nice through the double team. Feeds it off to Joseph. Back it comes to Mason, to Taylor. Back near sideline to Porsche. And she will dribble it out. And Porsche Landry, I'm telling you, she is a good-looking freshman. She will handle near side with 12 on the shot clock. Trying to go down low underneath to Joseph. Nowhere to go with it. Now hands off to Mason. Back to Landry with 6 on the shot clock. Little runner floating in the lane. No good. Jackson comes down with a rebound. Back comes North Texas as we'll go under 3 to play on this possession. Escalera with it right side. Out up top it comes to Trisha Lee. Lee will continue to ball handle up top. North Texas really trying to slink their way back into this one, as they need a bucket here. L back out to Escalera for 3 from the head of the key. It's good. The 5th 3 of the game for North Texas makes it a 10-point lead with 2:40 to play. Houston breaks out of the double team, and they get it ahead to Button. Still 2.5 to play and still time. North Texas needs another stop, though, defensively. Cougars, again, continue to just work the clock. Button will continue to ball handle, guarded by L, and will be fouled. That is a tough one because Houston not only will get 2 free throws, but the shot clock was at 9, and Cougars just got a chance to waste 21 free seconds. And this will send Roxana Button to the line for 2 free throws. Button tonight, she's in double figures with 11. She's a good free throw shooter at 73%. She's good on the purse. Brittany Scott will return. She has gotten the better of her former high school teammate Brittany James tonight. As Scott's got 9 points, while Brittany James, it has been a frustrating one as she has just 2. Button's second one, it's short, no good. Bailey there for the weak side rebound. And back comes North Texas. Escalera hands it off to Lee, goes up with a reversal, and she scores it. Lee with a dozen, the lead down to 9, 2:10 and counting. Landry in backcourt runs right around a double team. 3-on-2 break. Landry off to Joseph. The layup's no good. L had the rebound, fall out of her hand, out of bounds, and it'll stay with Houston. That was big. And it will stay with Houston, and they will have a fresh shot clock as well with 2:03 remaining. Going to be Landry to inbound it. Here baseline, works it in to Taylor far side, and as she goes around Jackson, there will be a foul on the floor. And it will be on Jackson. It'll be her 3rd, and both teams in the double bonus, so free throws really going to decide this one. Taylor is going to get 2. She's got a double-double tonight, 14 points, 11 rebounds, and she is out the line. Just 2 of 4 from the stripe tonight. First one is no good. Back iron. It's a 67% free throw shooter, so the Cougars have missed their last 2 from the line. They are now 14 of 24 from the line this evening. Taylor's second one, short, no good, and the long rebound caroms to Escalera. So North Texas down by 9 with under 2 minutes to play. Still hope. High post, it's Bailey. Joseph gives her room. Escalera tries to touch it down low to Jackson in the low block and instead threw it away for turnover number 23 on North Texas. Those are costly 1:48 remaining. Still a 9-point Houston lead, 72-40, 72-63, 1:48 left. The press is on. Taylor throws it right to Button, who sneaks behind the defense. And now the half-court trap is on. Button trapped there by Escalera and Jackson. Timeout taken. Joe Curl. Button was in some trouble, and they'll keep the possession. Cougars, though, down to one timeout remaining in the game. 72-63, though, is their lead. And 23 seconds remain on the shot clock. For Texas, again, trying to win their home opener for the first time in a long time. Or I should say not win their home opener for the first time in a long time. It is. And 5 straight home wins for North Texas, and they have won 9 out of their last 10 here to begin the home season. Out of the timeout, it'll be Cougar basketball with a 9-point lead. Let North Texas chip away late in this game. Can they make one final push to get over the hump? Scott to inbound it, near sideline. Out at about the half-court line. Escalera to guard the inbounds. It goes to Joseph, back to Scott. She will ball handle and run right over Escalera, but it'll be a blocking foul. And you hear Shanice Stevens pleading her case there, saying she led with the elbow, but there will not be an offensive foul. It will be a block. And Yari Escalera has picked up her first. And Brittany Scott will head to the line for 2. She has 9 points tonight. And free throws here can really put it away for Houston. So they have missed their last 3, make it 4. Scott no good on the free throw. 67% foul shooter. The Cougars have missed 4 in a row. Scott with another one. This one does fall, so the lead's 10 again. 73-63. 90 seconds remaining in the game. Escalera near side comes to L. 3-point line extended. Now will drive left baseline. Tough shot off the glass, too hard. Joseph there for the rebound. Outlet comes to Scott one-on-one with Escalera. Scott to the basket is fouled hard by Yari, and it will be 2 more free throws for Brittany Scott. 1:20 remaining. Escalera second. Again, both teams in the double bonus. So Brittany Scott, sophomore from Orange, Texas, as we mentioned. A teammate of Brittany James at West Orange Stark High School. They both put up just Xbox-type numbers at West Orange Stark, and they are both having successful collegiate careers, as well as Scott makes the first free throw to give her 11 points for the game, and the lead is 11. Her second one, no good, and Lee skies for the rebound, so the lead is 11, 74-63, 1:15 and counting. Lee takes it all the way, coast to coast. Got the contact and the foul. The shot rolled and nearly dropped, but it didn't. Trisha Lee will get 2, and she is still down after that foul. Didn't really see what happened, but Lee is slow to get up underneath the basket, and she is in some pain, and this is not good for North Texas, and she will be helped up, as you hope nothing too important for Trisha Lee, who really developed into a solid player for North Texas as she has gotten a starting role this senior campaign. She has started all 6 games and started to flourish, to say the least. And Lee is going to have to head off to the locker room with trainer Tana Sersian, and he will hopefully have an update for you on Trisha Lee. You hope it's not much. But Brittany James will sub in and shoot 2 free throws. It has been a tough night for James, as she's good on the first one, though. She's got 3 points. They're all from the line. 74-64 the lead for the Cougars. 1:14 remaining in the game. James' second one, back iron no good. Landry there for the long rebound, and James fouls her as she tries to break out of the pack. And it will be 2 free throws coming here for Landry. Third on James. So again, both teams in the double bonus. Landry has been living at the free throw line the last few minutes. Her first one is up, and it rolls and drops, adding to her career high of 21 points. It's now 22. 75-64 the lead for the Cougars, as Landry's perfect on the second. Lead is a dozen again at 76-64. In backcourt, L will quickly bring it ahead, takes it left baseline, goes hard to the basket and lays it in. So the lead's down to 10 with a minute to play. And in backcourt, Landry is double teamed and tied up underneath by Jackson, though the held ball. The arrow is with Houston. So nearly a turnover there forced by North Texas. The Cougars will still have the possession with 1:01 left. 28 on the shot clock. They'll inbound in backcourt. Taylor to work it in. Jackson guard the inbounds. For Texas, got a press as the inbounds goes to Joseph in backcourt. Double teamed in backcourt by Jackson and L. She'll dribble out of it and wheel it ahead to Landry as they have numbers, but Landry will wisely pull it back and work the clock. She dribbles into the center circle, double team, throws it away though right to Bailey. Lead pass ahead, it goes to Escalera to the basket, blows the layup. Oh, that's a killer. And back the other way comes Joseph. Lead pass comes to Taylor. And 12 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock for Houston. They can just dribble this one down until they please. With 30 seconds remaining in the game, leading by 10 for Texas. Doesn't look like they're going to foul either. Landry just dribbling way up high. 10 on the shot clock. Landry will drive to the basket. Dishes off to Taylor, who lays it in. And that'll be the exclamation point for Houston and their 4th win of the year. 78-66, 15 seconds remaining, and back the other way. Scott steals it. She will go coast to coast and add one more exclamation point with 10 seconds left with the layup. This one's going to be a disappointing home opener for Shanice Stevens. There'll be better days ahead as back the other way. Escalera fires a 3, no good. Jackson's putback is no good, and the horn sounds, and this one is in the books. 80-66. The Houston Cougars are victorious tonight. They move to 4-2, where Texas, meanwhile, loses their home opener, and they fall to 3-3 for the year. Our Dodge Truck postgame show, it comes your